Tuition and fees, $80,000 a year. Room and board, $21,000 a year. Books and supplies, $6,500 a year. Living expenses, clubs, trips, $18,000 a year. MBA experience, priceless? Alright, so for today's workout, it's gonna be hill sprints with thrusters. So I'm gonna go down there, it's about 20-25 meters up here, sprint, and go pick up this rock right here and do 10 thrusters, and just 20 minutes, as many rounds as possible. I got asked recently, why do you like doing HIIT? And honestly, it's just because it's so efficient. It's a great workout, but it doesn't take that long. This will smoke me way more than like a 4-mile run will. Plus, somebody once told me, look at the difference between sprinters and marathon runners. That's the difference between working fast twitch, like HIIT, is slow twitch, like long runs and long rows and all that. So between the fact that it takes less time and that I'd rather look like a sprinter than a marathon runner, seems good enough reason for me. All done. I hate thrusters. All right, 20 minutes abs, let's go. It's Saturday, so no internship stuff today, but there's still a good amount of stuff to get done. I'm doing a podcast today with Mark from The Veteran Professional. I'll leave all that info down below, which I think will be fun, kind of interesting. Gonna talk about business school. And then also gonna be doing, do some work for Life Skills for Soldiers and record those classes so that a military leader who wants to teach their soldiers how to do budgeting can have as easy as a time doing it as possible. The video me and Garrett worked on the other day didn't turn out as good as I hoped. For that $5,000 because you didn't save any, you didn't have any saved ahead. So I'm gonna try another method, but those are just a few of the things going on today. If I'm gonna be completely honest, both my parents went to business school. They actually met at business school. So all kind of growing up, it was just, you know, part of our lives a bit. Came out to the porch to enjoy some sunshine since we haven't had it for a little bit, and to get a little break after recording that budgeting class, which I'll show you that in a second. But I think it's gonna be really helpful, and honestly, I'm just really happy with how Life Skills for Soldiers is going so far. Gotten a lot of great feedback and people signing up for classes and everything. I think a lot of soldiers are gonna get taught some really good skills, and they'll be better for it. Today, I wanna go over the budgeting class to give you an example of what teaching the class is like. Also, something I'm gonna do today that I wanna share with you guys is every month I write out emails to really anyone who's mentored me in my life so far. It's just a good opportunity to stay connected, to kind of get an update on what's going on in their life, what's going on in my life, and often you never know what comes of it. Most of the time it's just quick update, hey, what's up? And sometimes all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, you should talk to this person, you should try this thing, and you learn some really great things. So highly suggest you do that. You'll get a lot out of it. Mentors, people who are highly successful and in that stage of their life, they get a lot out of kind of paying it forward, passing on out their wisdom and everything. So definitely, it's a good idea. And honestly, I wish I had started doing it sooner. It's the end of the day. Let's talk about if business school is worth it. But first, please like this video for the YouTube algorithm and leave a comment telling me anything you like or dislike about the video. Based on my projections, if I don't get any scholarships or the military doesn't pay for my MBA, my Wharton experience will cost me about $250,000. Maybe that's why business school applications are down. According to Poets and Quants, the top 10 business schools saw a 5.9% drop in applicants in 2018, with non-top 10 programs seeing an even more severe drop, marking the 5th consecutive year of falling applications. According to Andrew Ainsley, the dean of Rochester University's Simon School of Business, 10 to 20% of top 100 MBA programs in the US will likely close in the next few years. Not only is business school incredibly expensive, but you miss out on 2 years of earnings potential. Yikes. So is it worth it? Why do people still go? I personally believe that there's a lot of business professionals for whom business school isn't right, but I do think business school is worth it if, 1, you're getting somebody else to pay for it, maybe an employer, maybe through GI Bill, whatever. 2, you want to get into a top investment banking or consulting firm. 3, you aim to be a C-suite executive. Or 4, if you get into a tier 1 program. Here's why. If you're getting your MBA paid for, you're still losing 2 years of earnings potential, but you're mitigating a ton of the cost. It is highly likely that you will recoup the cost of those missed 2 years of earnings and more pretty quickly after your MBA. I'll admit, I'm not super familiar with this one, but from everything I can tell and everything I've read and everything I know from friends, if you want to get into top investment banking, consulting, private equity, venture capital, any of those kind of fields, you're probably going to need an MBA. All of those fields get the pick of the litter with talent, so an MBA is just kind of almost a requirement, it seems, for a lot of those firms. They have so many people to choose from that if you don't have an MBA, it's an easy way for them to weed you out of their selection process. Similarly, it seems that pretty much every C-suite level executive who wasn't a founder of a company has an MBA. It's likely because of the strong network that people get from getting an MBA. If you get into a tier 1 program, I think that the benefit outweighs the cost. Between the ability to pivot that it'll give you from one career to another, the increased compensation you'll see after you graduate, the risk reduction you give yourself by getting an MBA, making it easier to switch in your career in the future if you need to, and most importantly, the opportunities for lifelong experiences definitely outweigh the costs in my mind. When else in your adult life are you going to be able to take a couple years to learn, grow, try new things with other high-performing, career-oriented people? The memories and experiences this can bring incredible learnings, providing a lot of insight, and build strong relationships that'll last the rest of your life. And yes, of course, give you access to the network. And these are strong relationships you're building with people who are likely going to be leading companies, organizations, government, etc. And with people living longer and longer, you have more time to reap the benefits of having an MBA and having access to those networks. So overall, I don't think an MBA is right for everybody, not even close. But I do think for a lot of people it is. And I believe that if you can get into a top school, which is totally possible if you want it bad enough, it's kind of a no-brainer. Anyways, I got a Zoom call with some friends, so till next time, keep killing it.